Hey, it's Chris, and in this video I'm going to review the Mavic Crossride cycling shoes. So I really came across these shoes because I really find a lot of cycling shoes very uncomfortable, and every time I go shoe shopping for cycling shoes I find myself screaming, can I not just wear my Nikes? They're super comfortable. Coming from a running background, I find them really uncomfortable, and so I was super excited when I found this, which is the Crossride by Mavic, because it just looks like a trainer. And in fact, a lot of the time when I'm out with the cycling club, people will say, oh, when are you going to get a cycling shoes? When are you going to get a clipless pedals? And they're really surprised when I tell them, actually, I'm riding clipless. It's just my shoes look super cool like trainers. And I also like the fact they've got this really bright yellow Mavic sole on the bottom. That is going to be personal taste. If you don't like the super bright yellow Mavic colour, you are not going to get on with these shoes. Works quite well for me because I don't really have any colour in my face or hair, so I can get away with these bright colours, but that's a personal preference thing. In terms of how they fit, so they've got the shoelaces and then they've got the Velcro over the top. So I generally find I don't have to tie the laces that tight, I just have to do them in a single knot reasonably well, and then I can do the real tightening with the Velcro, and I pretty much don't need to worry about that, but I do untie everything to take them on and off, so it's not a kind of tie once thing. You could probably get away with that, I don't. In terms of what they've got, they are SPD cleats, so 2-point cleats, and they're recessed, so technically you're walking on the shoe, you're not walking like a duck in as you would be with road pedals, but they're not quite recessed enough that the cleat doesn't touch the ground. So as you walk, you can sometimes hear a bit of a clink of metal. So it's not something you could. They described them as good for hiking, and I can see that. You couldn't run in them, I don't think, because that would get annoying hitting the floor. And they are cycling shoes, so they've got this quite stiff sole, and it is really heavy. They are. I'll stick them on the scales and see what they weigh. But they'd be okay for hiking, I think, because hiking boots are pretty chunky, but again, it's not something I would want to wear if I wasn't on the bike, because they've got these really big, chunky, heavy soles, which do add a bit of weight, especially comparing them to, say, my triathlon shoes. But they are super comfortable, like wearing them. Other than the weight and the sole, it feels like wearing trainers, and they've got this really nice trainery top. And not brilliant, obviously, in bad weather, because they are very trainery. But if you're looking for something that, if you just don't get on with regular cycling shoes and want something really comfortable and trainer-like, that still has cleats, that you still want to ride clipless, and you just want to be comfortable, then these are a really great option. I'm happy with them. I've done some pretty long rides in them. I did my first half Ironman in them, and they were comfortable the whole way around. So definitely check these out if you're looking for something that looks like a trainer but gives you that clipless ride.
Here we've got the Mavic Crossrides on the bike then, and I don't really know what to explain about this. That's my foot turning around, just so you can get just so you can see how they actually work in the real world. And they're quite nice, easy enough to use as a shoe, easy enough to clip and unclip. I haven't quite dialed in my cleats. I think they're slightly at an angle, so I'm getting a bit of rub against the crank arm at the moment, but that's just me not having set them up quite right. And I noticed when I was walking off the bike here that there was a slight, you could hear the metal cleat scraping on the ground. So they are inset so that you can walk normally, but the cleat is still clearly touching the ground. It's not recessed so far that it doesn't actually touch the ground, which I guess would be the ideal, but I don't know what other cycling shoes are like for that. But anyway, that's the Crossrides actually on the bike. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe to make sure you get all my latest stuff. And I've got some other bike shoe reviews as well, including the Shimano TR5s, so be sure to check those out.